All right, welcome in, Caleb. We're here for the All Out Super Late Model Series. As these guys are going to get ready for the remainder of practice here. We have 150 laps. Is it 150 or 125? I forget already.
150.
Okay, we have 150 laps at Oxford Plains. We have just about 2 minutes left to go. In practice here. Big story so far is Michael Crafton. Last time we saw him, he was fast, but he's just about 8/1000ths of a second quicker than Austin Edwards, who was sitting in that second position.
Yeah, two fast guys in those first two positions. Then, you have Keneally right behind them. We've seen how big of a threat Keneally is, and of course, Formosa won last week at Bristol, so could be a very competitive race today. And prior, we've seen them have speed this year. Also, correction to what I said earlier, it looks like there is 125 laps.
Alright, let's go see if we ain't got... Okay. Yeah. All right, we're going to get ready for practice here. Or qualifying, rather. No practice, qualifying.
Yeah, not like what had at Bristol. That's a special event. It'll just be, not single car qualifying. Everyone's essentially going to be qualified out at the same time, but like they have the tracks themselves. So it's normally how it is. As let's see what's on track.
Yeah, you got Alex Basone. He's out there throwing his first lap in. See what he can't get done. With his first lap, Casey Clark in the 3 jumps up to the top of the leaderboard. Now Alex Basone, Austin Edwards.
Yeah, Austin Edwards, I don't know if he can improve on that second lap. So, picks or runs half a second lap slower that lap.
Robert Barber working on his second lap. He hits that
curve
in 3 and 4. He isn't able to pick up any time there. Go and look, somebody else. Jonathan Smith wraps up his qualifying. Peyton Hamlet wraps up his qualifying. Chris Redon. He made his return last week. He's back this week.
Yeah, we've seen some speed out of him. It was either Gateway or Hampshire where he was having a very good run at, as I recall. I believe it was
Crafton up to the top spot.
And I'm not surprised by that at all. Michael Crafton, fastest in practice, going to be fastest in qualifying so far. But we're going to have to see if Keneally, if he goes out, if he can do any. Or Michael Fravert, we've seen how good he is at qualifying.
Yeah, Michael Fravert is out there now in that 72 machine. He's working lap number 1 of 2. See why he can't get done here on his first lap. It seems like everybody's running. Well, Peyton Hamlet ran a quicker second lap as Michael Fravert comes in at a 15:13.
Oh, I'm not sure he's very happy about that. I'm sure he can pick up here if he has a good lap, but it's been one and done for the most part.
He does pick up, but not enough. He went from a 15:13 or 139 to a 15:133.
So only 0.06 of a second pickup there, or 6/1000.
Travis Pryor out on track trying to. He didn't like his first lap, so he's going to go back, reset, and go again.
Yeah, and you can get away with, or he's still on lap 0. It looks he can still get 2 laps. Travis Pryor in his red and white O car on his first lap. Let's see what he can get done.
Well, his first lap is going to be void because he went back to the pit road. But I guess not. He ran a 14:67. And that's going to be it for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he had actually taken the green flag. He went out the first time. But that is a runner-up position so far. Big pickup of what he ran in practice. So I think that gives him some hopes that, hey, my car is pretty darn fast.
Yeah, and Travis Pryor has had fast cars the last several weeks. He's either gotten caught up in somebody's stuff or just made a pit strategy call that didn't work out for him. But I think we should see him up near the front of this field here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to have to see some pit strategy as we can't take tires in this league. But I think you're going to have to pit early. I think that's what these drivers are learning. If I pit early, that's probably a better chance because so many times, we have these fast guys get taken out in some mid-pack instant.
All right, as we're starting to grid, Michael Crafton will be on pole. To his outside will be Travis Pryor when he pops in. Third is going to be... There's Travis Pryor. Third will be Austin Edwards when he grids up. Fourth is going to be the 56 of Alex Besson. Then you're going to have the 44, Mark Fravert, back there in that 5th position. To his outside, in 6th is going to be the 80 of Scott Formosa. Then you're going to have Bo Glenn starting in that 7th position. To his outside is going to be the 23 of Jonathan Smith. Then starting in that 9th spot, it's going to be the 6 of Christopher Reardon. To his outside is going to be the 55 of Peyton Hamlet. Starting in the 11th spot is going to be the 8 of Robert Barber. To his outside is going to be the 1 of James Somke. You're going to have Casey Clark Starting in that 13th spot, Michael Fravert to his outside. And you're going to have Michael Whitting starting in that 15th spot. Lewis Robinette will start 16th. Robbie Keneally starts 17th, and 18th will be the 11 of Joe Williams. We get ready to go here.
Keneally did not take a lap, but he was darn fast in practice, so we'll have to see what he can do from the back of the pack here. But remember, 2 pace laps on this point, 3 8-mile oval, and there's no outside wall here.
Yeah, this is very much like the dirt track of Lernerville, as Oxford Plains Speedway is in Oxford, Maine, and that is something that I did not know there. Had to Google it there, Caleb, because Oxford Plains is in the state of Maine.
Now, essentially Canada, according to some people I know. The pace car rolls off. We are green here.
Michael Crafton gets out in front of Travis Pryor as they go into turn 3 and 4. This is a small little 3/8 of a mile track. And to give people perspective, Caleb, 3/8 of a mile is the common dirt track size. You go to some of the dirt tracks, especially in the Midwest, it's going to be 3/8 of a mile and smaller. And so essentially they're running on a dirt track that is been paved over.
Oh, trouble! Robert Barber around. Caution is out.
Yes, we go back and watch there. It looked like they all got a little squirrely, and Barber tried to avoid it and just came down in front of the 23 of Jonathan Smith.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith, there was some contact, looked like, where he got sent down to the very inside. So I just don't think Robert Barber, had any idea because of how short the straights are.
Yeah, and so to give a little bit of perspective, I don't know if that's going to be a good perspective.
I'm sure we'll have a short caution here.
Yeah, and we're using the blimp cam, trying to get kind of a perspective on the track here. So I'll let you go through the running order.
Yeah, Michael Crafton in first, Austin Edwards in second, Travis Pryor in third, Alex Stone in fourth, Michael Fravert in fifth, Bo Glenn in sixth, Christopher Raridan in seventh, Casey Clark in eighth, Robbie Keneally ninth. Already up a lot of spots. Eighth, James Homke in 10th, Jonathan Smith in 11th, Joe Williams. Or Michael Whitting in 12th, Joe Williams in 13th, Lewis Robinette in 14th, Peyton Hamlin 15th, Scott Formosa 6th, Robert Barber 7th, Michael Fravert currently at your last position.
Yeah, and we're using the blimp cam right now, okay?
We are 1 degree.
Yeah, the blimp cam just shows how small this track really is. It's quite impressive. These guys.
Pace car's off, and the green flag's out. Look how they just kind of ramble on this start, it looks like. We have some good battling, a few cars back. Neely just got past what was Bo Glenn right there. Bo Glenn's going to be under attack from Casey Clark.
Yeah, and during that caution, Caleb, we were able to use the blink cam to show everybody just how small this track is. You're pretty much turning the entire time around this place.
Yeah, the track is a literal circle.
Yeah, it's quite small as Bo Glenn gets hung out to dry on that high side, and Scott Formosa is going to be underneath of him now, and that's going to open the door for Robert Barber. But it's not Scott Formosa. Lewis Robinette opened the door for Barber, and then Barber opened the door for Formosa, and then the 55 of Hamlet and Jonathan Smith all get around him before Bo Glenn finally finds a break in the traffic to get down.
Yeah, you just got out of the groove once, and you just can't really recover from that.
Yeah. And we've been back to green flag racing for, just a handful of laps, and the leaders are, well, Joe Williams is 8 seconds back of the leaders.
Yep, Hay and Hamlet had the same fate as Bo Glenn, and Bo Glenn's going to get thrown again to the rear. Joe Williams in the last place is about 8.7 seconds back of the leader. Just to put that into perspective, like you said, caution's out.
Yeah, Joe Williams was almost on the verge of going a lap down very early here.
Robert Barber again. Yeah, and he was only about 8 seconds back from the leader too. Robert Barber just looked like he lost it.
We're watching the replay there, and it looks like the corner before Formosa got into him, and that kind of probably helped get him sideways and loose there.
Yeah, you really don't have recovery time. Yes, you have a full throttle, like you are full throttle on the less curvy parts of the track, but you really don't have any recovery time here. Because when you're trying to save it, you normally have a luxury of a straightaway, but you have to keep on in a corner, essentially.
Yeah, so to reset the lineup here, it's going to be Crafton, Edwards, Pryor, Basone, Mark Fravert, Keneally, Reardon, Clark, Whitting, Robinette, Smith, Hamlet, Michael Fravert, Somke, Glenn, Williams, Formosa, and Barber. 18 cars, and I don't think you could go much bigger than an 18-car field here. It'd just be too much. The leaders would be catching the tail of the field way too early.
Yeah, that's a short track race for you. We could have fit 45 cars here. Could you imagine, John?
I mean, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Well, that's my version of fun and unorganized chaos sometimes. But as a racer,
Go dirt track racing.
Being under caution for 100% of the race. Yeah.
Green flag back out in the air for Michael Crafton. He gets a good jump. And he's going to pull Travis Pryor up in the second.
Sorry for interrupting you, but that was Robbie Keneally. Or Reardon and Keneally, it looked like.
Yes, it looks like Reardon just barely got into him, and that was just enough to send him around here.
Looking at it, I don't know if he actually got into him. Yeah, you just like that was a slight app there. That was enough to throw out a caution, and Keneally just did not. Well, we're back under caution again here, Josh. Cautions are not that long.
No, and I think what we need to do is we need to get our cameraman to switch to a camera inside one of these cars, just to kind of show what these drivers are having to do around this track when we go back to Green Flag Racing. Resetting the lineup, though, it's going to be Crafton, Pryor, Edwards, Basone, Mark Fravert, Clark, Whitting, Smith, Robinette, Hamlet, Michael Fravert, Somke, Formosa, Glenn, Barber, Williams, Keneally, and Reardon. And that's your 18 car field. They are lining up double file for this restart here on lap number 27.
Yeah, we're already on lap 27, which it's kind of believable to believe we've already had cautions, and it's only been about 13 minutes. Pace cars off. We are green.
Going into the cockpit here, you can really see down that back straightaway, you got a little bit of steering throughout the whole thing. You got a little bit of a brake on the front straightaway, not very much, and then you're back to steering once more. It's going to be, these guys are going to have some really tired arms after tonight.
And very worn tires.
Yeah, 125 laps, no tires. They got to do all 125 laps, and it's going to be tough in itself. But then you add the physical exertion of having to turn this car for 3/4 of the lap.
Yeah, and I mean it's a very difficult race. We have some side by side. Looks like Robin and Smith. They just got that settled using the bumper Smith on Robinette.
Yeah, Formosa, he's picking his way back to the field as he gets around the 55 of Hamlet. Got Robert Barber back there behind Hamlet. He's got some front end damage to that machine. He's trying to get around the 55 of Hamlet. Touches the curb just a little bit on corner exit.
Another bump by Smith. This Robert Barber's going to get past Hamilton.
Yeah, this is where the term bump and run came from, is the short track racing. You don't have a lot of space to get around these guys. You don't have a lot of time to set things up. So you got to be just a hair more aggressive and use your bumpers. As Formosa used the bumper on Robinette there just a little bit to get him up and out of the groove.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot more bumping than we did at our other super short track since we've started broadcasting of the bull ring. We normally just saw very clean racing. Here we're seeing them roughing each other up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just racing.
Yeah, and I like how everyone's kind of like turning in so early so they can get that bottom, because we've seen like 4 different drivers get hung up on that high line and lose 1 or more spots. And again, you know, Joe Williams, 9.5 seconds back, it's almost going to be a lap down here.
Yeah, but up front you got Crafton and Edwards. They're trying to pull away from Travis Pryor. And that's no easy feat in itself, pulling away from Pryor. Pryor's been very strong as of late here in this series. Got a couple, 3 or 4 top 3 finishes as we went back to Green Flag Racing on lap number 28, and here we are on 41. I believe we went back to green flag racing on 28. But on lap 41 already, Joe Williams is showing up as he is on the verge of being lapped here.
Yeah, for Pryor, I think his improvements, I think he's shown some improvement, you know, whether that be with setups or conserving the tires. He used to be, like, very aggressive, like, with his setups, or it seemed like, as he'd kind of just naturally fall back, and he really has done a better job of doing that. Now he's, you know, 2 seconds back here, but he's in third. And, you know, regardless if he has the fastest car, if he can conserve the most tire, he could be the winner.
Yeah, exactly. As we are very rapidly approaching halfway here in this race. It doesn't take very long to get a lap here. You think of like Daytona, Talladega, those are 50-second laps. You go to a place like Kansas, Texas, those are 30-second laps, and we're cutting that in half.
I mean, this track is just so short, and in the same amount of time, in like the same amount of laps, even on a track this short, you know, where we're just cutting through lap after lap after lap, you know, it's almost the same amount of tire wear, I'd say, or even more here in just 25 more laps.
Yeah, let's see. And like I said, you know, you're turning 3/4 of this lap, so you're putting a lot of rollover onto those right side tires, as now it's showing 18th through 12th in danger of going a lap down. This 12th position is 10.5 seconds behind our leader, and 18th is 14, almost 15 seconds right in front of the leader right there.
Yeah, and then they have a couple seconds to rest. But then once they do get to them, they have a whole gaggle of cars.
Yeah, and so like back to the tire wear, you know, conversation we were having. You're turning 3/4 of this lap, so you're putting a lot of rollover onto those right sides, and whenever you're doing that, you're wearing out those tires a lot more. The more rollover you have, the more tire wear you're going to get on that right side. So it's going to be very difficult for these guys to be able to conserve tires, as it looks like Travis Pryor is trying to play the conservation game here.
Yeah, as we have a little battle between Whitting and Mark Fravert for the 6th position. Fravert's going to get just
freight trains.
Yeah. And the person involved in our last caution, Robbie, already back up in the top 10 and just made a pass for 9th.
Yeah, as Keneally was the tail end of that little train that they had on the bottom there to get around the 44 of Mark Fravert, as he lost 4 positions.
Somke, slow.
Somke is a
contact!
Somke is a lapped car.
Yeah, he almost just came back up the track, I think trying to maybe save it. Not sure what happened to him, but he lost quite a spot.
Yeah, and again, it seems like we were just talking about lap 41 and we're here on lap 58. It's a very fast-paced track, very fast-paced race here tonight, as we only have 14 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, watching that replay, I'm very surprised it didn't trigger a caution. What happened was Somke got into Hamlet, and they both got some airtime. Hamlet, I think, got more damage as he's now 3 laps down. But they did both go air.
Yeah, watching Bo Glynn here as he is right in front of the leader. Uh, you just gotta be patient, be consistent here, especially with you know, a longer, well, I mean, a longer race of 125 laps. Last week they did 200 at Bristol. Bristol's a little bit more laid out. That's a half-mile track. This is even shorter than that half-mile track. So you got Bo Glenn and Robert Barber right in front of him, and then Christopher Reardon right in front of them in that 12th position, as Bo Glenn is the last car on the lead lap, and he's
not anymore.
He's going to be a lap down. That's going to put Robert Barber, the last car on the lead lap, as he's got some damage from that early incident there.
Yeah, he's been in 2 incidents so far. I believe he might have gotten damage from both of them, as he's going to try his hardest to stay on this lead lap, but going to give it away. But there is a caution, like right now, Barber will be the lucky dog.
Yeah, you know, Michael Crafton's quickly moving his way through this field. Travis Pryor has dropped to about 5 seconds back. So he's just sitting there riding around, being patient. He's got a 3 to 4 second gap over Alex Bisson in that 4th position.
I wonder if either he doesn't have a long run car, which is very possible, or if he is just conserving, as who is that? Very slow, as Payne Hamlet looks like he's going to bring it pit. Got some damage from that incident, or currently slow.
I don't think Travis Pryor doesn't, you know, watching him over the weeks, I don't think it's because he doesn't have a long run setup car. I think it's more of he's just trying to conserve as much as possible right now.
Payne Hamlet did not pull it off in the pit, but he gets in the sump, and I think that's some payback right there. Caution is out. Well, Josh.
I don't know, but that's going to be a huge break for Christopher Reardon, who was 1 lap down. He should get the lucky dog, get put back on the lead lap. It's going to be a huge break for Jonathan Smith, Robbie Keneally, Alex Bisson, Scott Formosa, Michael Whitting, who are all in danger of going a lap down there.
Yeah. I believe Lewis Robinette's also. But, you know, I think there was some that incident during green flag racing. You know, I believe that might have been intentional.
Well, as Payne Hamlet has pulled his car off the track, he will not finish this race.
Very unfortunate, Tom P, you know, and it's just one of those things, you know, where I think, you know, under green flag racing, you would definitely like save it. You know, at a short track like this, you know, you have to save it or else you're going to lose another lap maybe. But like if he would have turned it left and locked it down, he might have saved it, but he would have lost another lap for sure, but he overcorrected.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get ready to reset this field. It's going to be Crafton, Edwards, Pryor, Clark, Smith, Keneally, Bisson, Formosa, Whitting, Robinette, Reardon, Mark Fravert, Michael Fravert, Williams, Barber, Somke, Glenn, and Hamlet rounding out your field. So quick little update is tomorrow we are off. We have no racing going on. There will be a special post put onto the page tomorrow night for the special race, remembering the Cedar, the racetrack worker that passed away this week. They're putting on a special race, so there will be a special post there for you guys to be able to go and donate for his family. We're off until Sunday when we come back with the Southwest iRacing Series. And then we're off on Monday is we're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here.
We'll bump to Michael Crafton. And we are back green.
Yeah, it looked like he got another shot there from the 18 of Austin Edwards going into that corner.
Single filed out pretty quickly. But you know, they say caution breed caution, Josh. That's been the case so far. As I think Neely was looking and got pretty close to Jonathan Smith for that 5th position.
Yeah, as you know, we have just, a handful of laps. Well, I say a handful of laps. We got 46 laps left. We're just a handful of laps in, and the leader has already gapped the final car on the lead lap, which is Christopher Reardon, by 6 seconds.
Yeah, we have a big battle back here as Bo Glenn was slow on the track. He is no longer on the track, but we do have a battle for... Oh, that they are on the same lap, actually.
No, Robinette wisely just lets Michael Fravert get around him because... he's not on the lead lap, so why would you risk wrecking yourself and putting yourself a lap down with a lap car? You just let them go by and hope that they open up a hole and you can follow along.
Yeah, and why wouldn't... and that probably was very strategic by Michael Fravert, because now he can put a gap to the next car 1 lap down, because he is the lucky dog. He gets some apron there, but he's going to try and make the same move on Whitting. So his brother Mark Fravert can't, get the lucky dog. Ooh, contact between those two.
So now, Mark, there is a scenario to where Mark does get the lucky dog and Michael doesn't. If Michael is involved in the caution, it goes to the next person, which would be Mark Fravert.
Or if you have some sort of 0x, so like if a caution came out right after he hit Michael Whitting, and that most likely triggered a 0x, iRacing will think that you are at fault for the caution. So it would go to Mark Fravert in that case.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about there. Is there are a couple scenarios to where Michael Fravert does not get the lucky dog, but he gets around Whitting there, as Whitting is on the lead lap, running in that 8th position. Go back up front to the leader here, as he's got his hands full with the 18 of Austin Edwards.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to be that first place person right now, because, I have to worry about, I should, not be worried at all. Clean air, so I can control the pace of the race. You have Austin Edwards putting pressure on.
Well, see, as the first place leader at a short track like this, you have to worry about the bump. Does the guy behind you give you the bumper to get around you? So that's in the back of your mind when you're turning laps here. You can't not think about it. As this is a very, very small track, so the bumper will be used quite a bit.
We've seen it so much already today.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be a factor as Scott Formosa is the last car on the lead lap at 14, almost 15 seconds behind the leader, right in front of the leader, in fact. See.
Yeah, he had to get past the lap car of Joe Williams right there, who's going to become a 2-lap down car here.
Yeah, we have 17 cars still in this race, 18 started. Peyton Hamlet will not finish this race. He will have a DNF for tonight. Michael Crafton has led every lap.
Yeah, 0 lead changes. Could we see another race like Bullring? Watch for Formosa to, not want to give up that lead lap spot. He gets wide there. Gonna let them by? Yes, he will. I would rather be Austin Edwards in a situation like this right now. I'm running second. I might be able to conserve my tires just a little bit more because, because he's not running any faster times, which makes it look like that, he could go faster. He's running this almost at the same exact time. So, yeah. And with, only 25 to go, I can keep that lead, I might be able to make a bumper.
Well,
like we've talked about so much already.
Let's not forget about.
But you also have to worry about Pryor. He really isn't losing any ground right now.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. With Travis Pryor, he is up there running very well. Because he is only. Well, it says he's about 1 second to 2 seconds back, but he's running very similar lap times to the 2 guys in front of him. The leader is working to get around Robert Barber, who is a lap car, will go 2 laps down.
Yeah, as we go back a little further in the field right now, Keneally's trying to make a move on Casey Clark for that 4th position. As you know, Jonathan Smith-Stall has fallen a little bit backwards right now.
Yeah, right now your big mover is going to be Robbie Keneally. He started 17th up to 5th. Your tough luck it's going to be Bo Glenn. He's down 10 spots.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to Bo.
I think he got caught up in some early issues, and he's trying to battle back here. As we have just 18 laps to go. Holy cow. We have been on the air for 45 minutes. That is including
32.
Yeah, that is including the 5 minutes of practice and qualifying, 10 minutes. So we've been racing for right around 30 to 35 minutes. Insane.
Keneally making a move here. But, I'd rather have a very short race, even though I'm sad to see it end. That's action-packed than, one that's very strung out. And I'm going to be a little disappointed when this one's over because it's such a great race.
Yeah, and the same thing last week at Bristol. I know you had some issues that came up where you could not make the race. But last week at Bristol, there was a lot of action at Bristol as well. And we ran 200 laps there, which is insane to think. 200 laps, It's what, 100 miles?
Yeah, this is what, I mean, probably like 50. So not that much time left. Only have 12 to go. Michael Crafton obviously saving some. You know, it's been a dominant performance from Michael Crafton.
Yeah, she's working on. She's put Lewis Robinette and Christopher Reardon a lap down. Now he's going to work on the one. Was it the one? Yes, the one of Jim Somke, who is 2 laps down currently. But to answer your question, this is right around 47 miles that they will drive here tonight.
Yeah, not that long, and I think that, you know, has both contributed to the great racing. So we're gonna Somke another lap down here after his incident, but you know, it's been a pretty good race. A lot of action.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. We're within 10 to go. We have 7 laps to go.
Oh, there was almost a caution there. Alex Bisson almost got... Him and John Smith are battling for that 6th position.
Yeah, go back and take a look at that. That seems to be the closest battle that we have on track.
Now
that I can tell of.
To go.
5 now. We have 5 laps to go.
Yeah, I wonder if John Smith, you know, is going to make a aggressive move. I know Jonathan normally really doesn't. But I think that's the only way you can get past him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at the top 3, right? You got Crafton, Edwards, Pryor, your top 3. Keneally right outside the top 3 in that 4th position. And then you got Clark in 5th. Like, I wouldn't have thought that you'd see Crafton, Edwards, and Clark up here. Like, that's just something that's thrown me here. It is the drivers who are in the top 5.
Yeah, and I know Edwards realized that race a lot.
White flag is out.
Yeah, 1 lap to go, but you know, Edwards has had a good run here today, but Crafton has shown before what he can do, and he's going to do it again as he gets the checkered flag here at Oxford Plains.
All right.
What a race!
Yeah, and I'll give the running order here. The rundown, it's going to be Crafton, your winner, Edwards 2nd, Pryor 3rd, Keneally 4th, Clark 5th, Smith 6th, Whitting 7th, Bisson is 8th. He lost that spot to Michael Whitting there on that final lap. Yeah. And then you're going to have Robinette 9th, Reardon 10th, Formosa 11th, Fravert 12th, Barber 13th. Mark Fravert is going to be 14th, Somke 15th, Williams 16th, Glenn 17th, and Peyton Hamlet is going to round out your field here tonight. So we get ready for some post-race interviews. Let's see who all we can get post-race here. All right, we're here with our third place finisher, Travis Pryor. Travis, you qualified very well, and you stayed inside the top three all night, and you were up there battling for the race lead there for a little bit. Travis, you got a copy?
I couldn't hear really. Everyone was talking in here.
Okay. you qualified very well, and you had a good race here. You started the top three, and you stayed in the top three all night.
Yeah. This track is it's difficult. I'll just say it's difficult. When I was able to get second, I figured, that's pretty good. I'll just ride around and see what I can get because I didn't have the speed for Crafton, Austin. They're
Yeah.
Once I've settled in the third, I'll just roll right here and hopefully catch up with me. So I'll start better, but I was just hoping that through.
Yeah, not too much of a strategy race. It's a very short race. We're done pretty quick. 40 minutes and we're done with the race. It was a very fast one. Not a very big track at all.
Oh, and groove, a lot of banking. Tried the outside a few times because I was so far away from me. I tried the outside a few times. This is too slow. There's definitely more grip. It was just a little slower. But yeah, it's just you start where you start and hopefully you get a good finish and didn't have to pit for fuel. Nose tires, of course. So I was fine where I was sitting. And if Robbie was going to come up to me, I was going to try to ran him as hard as I could. But if he got on me, asked me, I wouldn't have been upset. It's just these weeks you just want to get in and survive and not get on to the next one.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you think your sponsors get out of here and get ready for that next one.
First off, I got to thank Pat T. Always here every single time I race. I got to thank her so much. Got to thank my mom as she was able to tune in. Got to thank her, my Uncle Jay. Always helped me on this. Thank y'all for broadcasting. Y'all do a really good job broadcasting. I'll watch back later on. I got to thank Robert Barber for having this league going. It's a great league, and anyone that helps me do what I do and helps watches me do the little racing thing I do. I got to thank them enough.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you again. Congratulations on the third place finish. All right, we're here with our second place finisher, Austin Edwards. Austin, you ran a very fast practice time. You were only 2 1,000ths off of what Michael Crafton laid down, and then again you laid down another fast qualifying time, and you were up in that top three all night, and it was one of the races where you needed to stay inside the top three.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Oxford Plains is a real tough track, and you really got to be patient around there, especially being we didn't get any tires in that 125 lap run. But at the end of the day, I was chasing down Michael as best as I could, and it was a lot of fun. He's real fast, and at the end of the day, he just got a little bit of a gap on me, and I couldn't quite close it on him.
Yeah, and you're one of those drivers that we haven't seen very much of, but first looks at it, you're coming out strong, and you're putting your name in there as a force to be reckoned with here every week.
Yep, absolutely. I hope I'll be back next week. It's always a ton of fun racing with these guys. Big thanks to Robert Barber for putting everything on, and I hope to see you guys next week. See if I can chase down Michael then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, buddy, I'm going to let you thank your sponsors and then get on out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening.
like I said, a big thanks to Robert Barber for putting this whole thing on. Big thanks to you guys for getting the broadcast going and all that. Big thanks to everybody watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And that will be all. I hope to see you guys next week.
All right, buddy. All right, we're here with our race winner, Michael Crafton. Michael, you were fast from the get-go here tonight. Very impressive to see somebody have that amount of speed at a track this small.
Yeah, it was good. The track, it was really tight, honestly, tonight. But I ran long runs and short runs in practice, just trying to figure it out what it's going to do, and it definitely paid off for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you come in here. I'm trying to remember. You were here last week, raced at Bristol. I believe you had some tough luck there. And then you come back this week and top that off with a win.
Yeah, it feels great to win another one with these guys. I just want to thank, honestly, I just want to thank everybody that helps me out. Team RVM, Crafton Motorsports, to get me how to run fast around here, and thank you for putting this broadcast on.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. One more question here. You know, we saw that you were, I mean, it just looked like you couldn't do nothing wrong tonight. You were going through the traffic and you were able to cut through that traffic really well. Did that play a factor on you trying to conserve your equipment for the 125 lap race when you were going through the traffic, or was you just trying to get up there and get around those guys quick?
I mean, I was trying to save, but at the same time trying to get around them quick, because every time I'd get behind them, it'd like get arrow tight, and it'd make the second place guy catch me a little bit. And on restarts, I knew he was real fast, and I just knowed on long runs it really helped me out. And every time I'd get a long run, it just helped me out there, and I'd pull away.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I just want to thank Team RVM and Crafton Motorsports and everybody back at the shop.
All right, buddy. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, well, Caleb, that's going to do it for us here with the All Out Super Late Model Series. It's been a heck of a race. You know, 125 laps went by really quick, and there's a lot of action all over the place.
Yeah, I think we've learned a couple things. Oxford Plains, really good, underrated track, and these guys can put on a pretty good show at a very, very difficult track.
Yeah, and looking at the schedule for next week, it's saying that we're supposed to be at North Wilkesboro. That's going to be an exciting race. North Wilkesboro. I've ran some laps around North Wilkesboro, and it's a lot of fun. And can't wait to go and watch these guys race it. These guys are a lot more talented than what I am, and so to see these guys go around it, it's going to be really impressive.
Yeah, that race should be, new track. No one really has a lot of laps on, so I mean, have a competitive league race there, and I'm sure that combination will be great.
All right, and like I said, that's going to do it for us here. Make sure you guys are tuning in. We do have a dirt race that is currently going on with the Dirt Renegades Racing League, and Dante Brown has the coverage over there with those guys. Tomorrow night we will be off. We will be sharing the stream feed from the. Let me get the name here for you guys. The Eddie Nicholson Memorial Race that will go on tomorrow night. So we will share that footage to our page so you guys can get over there and watch some good racing with a lot of great drivers, and donate if you want, or just tune in and watch some good old racing. It'll start at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 50 lap feature, limited late models. It'll be live over at the Dirt Panda Racing Facebook page, so make sure you guys tune in for that. So until next time, take care of yourselves, be safe, do what you guys need to do to keep yourselves protected. Now we'll see you back here next week for North Wilkesboro. It's going to be a lot of fun.